what we see now in the next posse, we see that if you're not careful, you can blow it. That's what he writes. The key to Imru, and if you will say, Ma noichal b'shona hashviyas, if you will say to yourself, and some people write, you don't have to say it, you just have to think it. You say to yourself, inside your machshava, Ma noichal b'shona hashviyas, what are we going to eat on the 7th year? So everybody says it's not the 7th year, it's really the 8th year, because on the 7th year you eat from what's left over from the 6th year. Right. And then, but then you only sow towards the end of the 7th. And then you got to eat on the 8th year. It really means the 8th year. But that's a grammatical problem in the wording of the posse. But anyway, a person will say, what am I going to eat? Pain. I'm not going to sow, and I'm not going to bring anything I'm not allowed to bring in from the field. What am I going to eat? What are we going to eat? So Hashem says, if you will do that, I will command my blessing to you on the 6th year, and I will see I'll see to it that on the 6th year the country will make enough to last for 3 years, and you'll have for the end of the Shishes, you'll have for Shvis, and you'll have for Shminis also. And you'll have even a bit left over for 2 years, Rashi says, even for the 9th year. It depends how you count the 3 years. But anyway, Hashem says He will command His bracha. He will command His blessing, and despite the fact that you asked that question, He will look after you and He'll make sure. Now, does everybody think that that's a usual way of saying, I will command my bracha?
No.
L'chera, to command means to give a forceful, definite, adequate order.
Yeah.
That's not a usual way. I mean, I suppose the commandments of the Torah are in a good spirit, but a blessing is something that's supposed to flow, you know. To say you have to command the blessing, well, that sort of hints that maybe the blessing didn't really want, but you're commanding the blessing that it should do. So, you guys ever heard of Reb Zusha Meyani Polya? You never heard of him? What do you tell me?
I heard of him.
By the Maggid, the Alter Rebbe had a very, very trusted and faithful friend called the Rebbe Reb Zusha. You guys, you don't learn your Tanya at the beginning of the Tanya. The Alter Rebbe wouldn't print the Tanya until he had the approbation of Reb Zusha. And that's what's called a Shema from Reb Zusha Mianipoli. And he loved him so much, the Alter Rebbe, that he wouldn't print the Tanya unless he gave approbation, and he called a Hashkama. Anyway, that's a long story. But suffice it to say that Reb Zusha was a very, very poshut guy. He was an amazing London, but he was very simple in his approach. Yeah? Here we come along, Reb Zusha has for us a Torah on these psukim. And he says like this, listen, Hashem created the man as he meant good when Hashem created man, and he created that he should look after him, like we said. That's the way it was in Gan Eden, everything was perfect. That's the way it is in the Shemitah. Hashem returns you to the way He really meant you to be, and He really wants to look after you. Oh, but you come along and say, oh, yeah, but what am I going to eat? You have a kasha? Oh, you start asking questions? Oh, what happens is that then you go down from Lamaila Teva, and you put yourself in the Teva. I say, if you wouldn't ask any questions, everything would have been all right. it would have all functioned and Hashem would have looked after you. You would have had everything you need. Well, you went and asked a question. He said, oh, wait a minute, what are we going to eat after? So he said, since you did that, you fell down. And therefore Hashem's bracha was anyway there. And it would have gone much greater on its own. And now Hashem has got to command his bracha, because the bracha said, listen, these guys have got questions. You know, I don't really want to go to Hashem. You have to go. And Mamela, certain great authorities say that what happens, that normally, you know, you would have been satisfied with a little weeny something. But now, you're going to have more, because it's not going to work that way. That's the way Hashem really meant it. But now it's not going to quite work that way. Therefore, you're a little bit under the teva. You weren't meant to be under the teva. Now you are. So you're going to have to put up with it. You put up? And I'm going to have to command my blessing. Oh, yeah.
So instead of a little bit of food, you know, we need a lot.
And you're going to have more. So you're going to be busy. And you're going to be, even in the ideal world of the Shemitah, you're going to be sort of half-half. You understand? Yeah, what does Reb Zusha come to teach us with that? So the Reb Zusha had a brother. You guys ever heard of his brother?
No.
Ever heard of Reb Zusha's brother? Mm-hmm. Never heard of the Rebbe Elimelech Melizhensk?
Oh, Ken, yeah.
The Rebbe Elimelech Melizhensk was Reb Zusha's brother.
I didn't hear of him.
Yeah.
I heard.
And Reb Zusha,
You guys didn't hear of Reb Zusha, but you heard.
he was Makarev, the Rebbe Elimelech. He was Makarev, the Rebbe Elimelech to the Magi.
I am flabbergasted.
And he became a very great leader of Hasidic movements outside Lubavitch. You know that. He became like the Polish said him, consider the Rebbe Elimelech as the Rebbe of all the Rebbes. Oh, they consider him being a very, very central Rebbe. So the Rebbe Elimelech writes in this week's Parsha, and he says, I heard from Achi HaChosid, my brother the Chosid. That's what he calls Rebbe Zusha. That he said this Torah. And so how does he explain it? He said, listen, Hashem is already prepared for every man. He's omnipotent, Hashem. Every man he creates him with his pipeline. Everybody's got a pipeline whereby Hashem is going to provide for him what he needs. Maybe he's not going to be Rothschild, you know, he's not going to be the richest man in the world, but what he needs and what will be happy for him in the world, he's already prepared. Yeah? But if you say, wait a minute, man nochal, you know, what are we going to eat? If I just wait around, you know, what's going to happen with me? Oh, Mela, you blow it, as it were, and Hashem has got to command a new pipeline. The ideal pipeline that he had for you is not going to work. And so he has to command a new pipeline. And that's already visited with commanding. Hashem's got to command that it work. You know? Oh, Mela, that's how the Rebbe Elimelech explains what his brother said. So we learn from that Reb Zusha teaches us a very powerful thing. You must never pray kashiyas. You must never ask adequate kushiyot.
Difficulties.
Must never ask kushiyot.
Never ask?
No.
All right.
You must always believe in Hashem. Even if for some reason we don't quite understand, you know, why it's sort of not working out right now. So you have to say to yourself, well, maybe I just need to polish my pipeline a bit, you know. Maybe the problem is with me, you know. I need to be a little better. And that's what the whole idea of tshuva is. Tshuva u'maisim tovim. You have to have tshuva together with maisim. You have to every now and then examine where If you do a little better and you make a bit of a harikot, tikkun, then it could be you'll get back to your original pipeline that Hashem made in mind for you, and everything will flow. But don't mix in and start asking kashas. If you ask a kasha, then you blow the bitochen. You probably don't have that what we spoke about originally, bitachon. And what is bitachon? The word bitachon is from the word toch. The root word of the word bitachon is toch.
Within?
Yeah, toch means to stick, or to mort or something on, you know. Toch is habayas. It's written in Pasha Mitzvah that they had it called plaster the wall, or that's called toch. Bitachon means you plaster yourself and you stick on to Hashem. You don't let yourself move from him, you stick on with him. Whatever he does, you rely on him entirely, and you say, listen Hashem, I'm stuck to you and that's all, I don't want anything else. Hashem says, oh yeah, you're leaving it up to me? Okay, here we go. That's the whole inner bitachon. And therefore, that's what Yosef HaTzadik, he knew, he was a tzaddik. And the fact that he came down and he said, oh, wait a minute, if I don't mention this, then what's going to happen? You know, he had a very, very delicate little question in his mind. And that little delicate question, or that blew the connection through bitachon, through trust in Hashem, that blew it. So therefore it became a little bit more natural, you know, a bit more into the nature. It took another 2 years till it worked itself out. Oh, Amela, the Fisher, I remember once with my mashpia way back in Australia, I'm going back now about 60 years, and I had a pseinian, and I was sort of, you know, not sure how to take the whole thing out to react to it. So I was a bit sort of, you know, down. I came in to speak to my mashpia, and he said, you know, something's up. You know, you have to tell me what is the problem. So I said to him, and then I said, you know, why is it that we get this sort of thing? Or I said the word why, you know. So he said, oh, listen. He said, you can tell me you would like it to be better. And you can tell me that you can imagine it being better. You can tell me that you hope it will be better. And you rely on Hashem that it will be better. But don't ask questions, you know, kashas. He said, if you ask questions, you get in and you say to Hashem, I don't quite understand the way you run the world, you know. Now, do you have the right to do that? Yeah, I mean, you might say, well, I don't understand, but you're not allowed to say, why do you do it that way? We see here that Reb Zusha, with that Torah of his, hit at a very basic theme in the whole relationship of a man to his whole being in this world, and to the whole way that Hashem runs him. So therefore, Reb Zusha was not just telling me a nice idea. He was telling me a whole big fundament. And that's why Shemitah is so important. Because in Shemitah, you live this fundament. And that's the way it was meant to be, lechatchila, when Hashem created the world. And therefore you open your field and you say, behemoths and chayas, come in and eat my field, and I'll eat together with you. We're all the same. We're all part of this unbelievable l'mayla mi'ateva. And therefore the Yossi Lovi, the behemoths also l'mayla mi'ateva. And therefore it's written that the lion will lie down and be friendly with the sheep, and the whole thing that Yeshaya Hanovi said. So what is he after, Yeshaya Hanovi? He's just saying something nice, yeah? No? The Rabbi says over there in Hilchos Malachim on the Rambam, the Rabbi says that these things are mamish exactly as they're written. It's actually going to happen that the lions and the sheep are going to lay down together. From which, because everything is going to go back to how it was really meant to be. That's how Hashem created the world. It's written that man was put into Gan Eden to Ula Shomer. He had to look after Gan. So it's brought down and citizen, not because he had to eat from Gan Eden, he had to work at it. No. Hashem prepared all the trees and everything was there. All the foods and all the cooked foods, everything was there.
Isn't that like the Jubilee
What did
year?
Hashem want him to do?
Yeah.
To bring down even higher lights into the creation that were there from the creation. He wanted that man should add, and as it were, guard and bless his creation. And that's the whole idea of why man was created, to be a partner with Hashem, to be a shutab. Yeah. To be a shutab with Hashem. Yeah. That's what the Gemara says. That's what Hashem meant. And instead of that, or the energy that man would have put into doing all this unbelievable revelation of higher things through his effort, he had to put that effort into looking for his food. And that's a very profound. You read that. Shemitah, Hashem says, listen, man, once in every, that's the whole reason why 7, but what is the basic message? Once every 7 years and once every 50 years, even more, you got to go back to the way I really meant it to be. And you and the behemoth, everybody's all the same. And it's right there. You just go out and you pick it off the tree and just eat it. You know? And that's Shemitah. And don't ask any questions, because if you live that way, you'll be safe from the outside. You won't have to worry about rockets coming over, and you won't have to worry about, the land will maybe cause me trouble either. And also you won't have to spend a lot of time eating. You'll just eat a little bit. But if you want to throw yourself under nature, then, you want to play place. Play place. And so I'm just going to complete this lesson with the following message. From that it follows that that's what Hashem really wants. That's really the ultimate rotzen of Hashem. That's how man should be. Yeah? And a man should be l'mayla mi'ateva, and everything that's meant to come to him will also be beyond Teva. And Hashem's already prepared that for him, but he can mess it up, as for sure. And if with that we'll understand, I saw in a sefer brought down also B'Shem Reb Zusha, and some people say it's the same thing that he said, I quoted you, in a different way. What's that? It's brought down in the Gemara Masechet Brachos that Rabbi Shmuel Kohen Gadol, Rabbi Shmuel Kohen Gadol, he was a Kohen Gadol in Bayis Rishon for many years. And he was the grandfather of Rabbi Yishmael, the Tana, that he was a Chaver mit Rabbi Akiva. He was the grandfather, the great-grandfather of Rabbi Shmuel, the Tana, Rabbi Shmuel Kohen Gadol. So it's written once that he came in on Yom Kippur, he came into the Holy of Holies. All of a sudden he sees in the Holy of Holies, I'm telling you just in a general way, not all the complexities of the Pshat, and he had a vision, and he saw Hashem sitting on his throne. He actually had a view, and there's a whole, and he uses a whole holy name over there. It's very unusual Gemara. It's a Gemara that almost doesn't occur anywhere else.
Where?
That he had a vision, and Hashem says to him, what are you doing here, Yishmael? How are you doing? So he says, Yishmael Beni, he says, Borcheni, you have to give me a bracha. You're a Kohen, you have to give me a bracha. Yeah, the Eibishter asked that he should give him a bracha. So he didn't hesitate. You know what he said? He said, "Yehi ratzon," that your rachamim should overcome your anger and everything should be good. Yeah, I bless you that you should be able to overcome your anger with your rachamim, and it should be good for the Yidden. That's what he says to the Eibishter. You follow?
Shmuel?
And Hashem noted, he said, Hashem Kaviyoho noted, he said, oh, thank you, my you helped me. That's what's sitting in the Gemara. Everybody says something. Yeah, everybody just, goes out of their kelim. What's all this? What's going on around here? Elamai, they say that Hashem wants that man should be part of it, not just he does everything, but man should be part of the deal. Of a matter, he wants that man, Kaviol, should help him. How do you help him? By trusting in him, absolutely. As I said, you give yourself away, you're helping him, you understand? And that's what he said to Hashem. He wrote him that your Rahmim should take over and everything be good. Hashem said, oh, very nice. So Hashem can do that without this more current God, but he wants that man should be part of it. You follow? And that's what he really wants. And that's an amazingly deep inyan. That's an inyan that is so profound. It's almost beyond words to give it over. Yeah, that's what Hashem really wants. And that's what the Gemara wanted. According to Reb Zusha, this is in the name of Reb Zusha. So some people say hidden in that whole pshat is what he said about don't ask any questions. It's all basically the same thing. He wants you to be part of it, not to ask questions. He wants you to be involved in it. You got to be part of it. If he said, come to us, that it's an amazing partnership. Like I said earlier, a partnership between Hashem and man. And man, he helps Hashem Kaviyogo. By not being posed and not asking any questions. What we're after is that we should, through that, reach it permanently. It should be Shemitah the whole time. And that's what the Rebbe wants. And that's the Indian of Shabbos, that we say on Shabbos that it should be Shabbos the whole time. And what is Shemitah? Shemitah Shabbos Lashem. Right at the beginning, Rashi says, Shabbos Lashem, like Shabbos parade, like the ordinary Shabbos. It has to be like that the whole time. And Be'ez Hashem, by being that way, Be'ez Hashem will help the Rebbe and will help the Eibishter, and Be'ez Hashem will discover the Pashtas, and we'll do everything we can, the simplicity, and just rely on Hashem more than what we're accustomed to, and build this Sophic. It's all going to be good.
Amen.
Yeah, for Yidden and for the whole world. Be'ez Hashem. So, have a good day, gentlemen. You follow? And
thank you very much.
we have to realize that everything ultimately reaches Moshiach. It's all just a way of coming at it. Yeah. Good. Have a good day.
Bye.